She learned how humans reproduce, then asked if we could try it together. The soft hum of machinery filled the room, mingling with the distant echoes of life on the alien planet outside. The sky was a strange shade of green today, casting an otherworldly light through the large viewport. Yet Alex didn't mind. This was his work, his life, and he had never felt more alive. Beside him, Lyra, his alien companion, watched with wide, bright eyes. Her slender frame moved with a grace that made Alex forget she wasn't human. Her skin shimmered slightly in the light, changing color with her moods. Right now, it was a pale lavender, a sign of curiosity. "Alex," she said, her voice musical and soft, "why do humans do this?" Alex turned, smiling patiently. Lyra had asked that question 100 times before, though always about something new. Today, it was a drawing he had put on the holographic display, a simple diagram of a human body, with arrows and labels showing reproductive organs. "It's biology," Alex said gently. "It's how humans create new life. Every species has its own way, but humans, this is how we do it." Lyra tilted her head, examining the glowing hologram. "But why? Why must it be like this?" Alex chuckled. "Well, it's how our bodies work. It's natural part of life. It's also about trust, partnership, and care. That's why humans teach each other about it carefully. You can't just try it without understanding." Her eyes sparkled. "I want to understand. Please, Alex, teach me more." Alex had expected curiosity. Lyra was endlessly curious. But there was something different this time. She wasn't just asking questions. She was thinking, imagining, processing. Alex realized then that teaching her might be more challenging than he thought. "All right," he said, pulling up a more detailed simulation on the holographic projector. "We'll go step by step, but remember this is just learning, nothing else. Okay?" Lyra nodded eagerly, her hands hovering over the projection. "Yes, learning only, I promise." Alex started explaining. "Humans reproduce to continue our species. It's a process that involves two people, usually called a mother and a father. They share genetic material, DNA, which combines to create a new human." Lyra's eyes widened. "DNA. I've heard of it, it carries information, yes." "Exactly," Alex said. "It's like a blueprint. It decides traits, appearance, and sometimes even behavior. When humans reproduce, their DNA combines and a new person begins to grow." Lyra's fingers danced in the air, tracing imaginary lines as if she could physically see the process. "Fascinating. So each human is a combination of two parents?" Alex nodded. "Yes, and humans also have a strong emotional connection. Creating life isn't just biology, it's also about care, love, and responsibility." The alien tilted her head, considering. "Love, care, I think I understand. But how does the process actually happen?" Alex hesitated. He had to explain this carefully, keeping it scientific and appropriate. "We can do this safely," he said. "I have a virtual simulation that shows the process using models and holograms. You won't see anything real, but you will understand the steps clearly." Her eyes lit up. "Yes, let's do it." For the next hour, Alex guided Lyra through the simulation. The hologram projected two human figures, their DNA strands floating between them. The figures glowed in blue and green, showing the combination of genetic material. Lyra leaned closer, her skin shifting from lavender to a brighter shade of purple, a sign of her excitement. "So, the DNA from each parent combines," she said, pointing at the floating strands. "Then the new life grows." "Yes," Alex said. "The embryo forms inside the mother's body. It grows over time until it's ready to be born. And humans care for it throughout this period. We protect it, nurture it, and prepare it to live in the world." Lyra nodded thoughtfully. "So, it's not just about the body. It's about protection and guidance." "Interesting, very interesting," Alex smiled. He could see the gears turning in her mind. "Exactly. And that's why humans form families, communities. We work together to raise children safely." She hummed softly, more to herself than to Alex. I like that it is complex but beautiful. He noticed she was unusually quiet, studying the hologram with an intensity that was almost human. He had seen her fascinated before, but this was different. She was absorbing every detail, processing it deeply. Alex, she said after a long pause, could I try it too? Alex froze. Try what? The process, she said, almost shyly. I want to understand fully, not just in simulation, but maybe could we try it together? Alex blinked. Then he laughed, a nervous but warm laugh. Lyra, I don't think you understand. That's not what I meant by learning. We can't, not yet. It's complicated and personal. She looked disappointed, but her skin shifted to a soft pink, a sign of her emotional response. Oh, I see. I did not mean anything bad. I only wanted to experience it to understand fully. I thought maybe it could be safe, controlled as learning. Alex sighed, realizing that her intentions were innocent. She didn't grasp human boundaries yet, but her curiosity was pure. All right, he said slowly. We can try something safe. We'll use the simulation for now. You'll learn everything without any risk, okay? Her eyes sparkled again. Yes, that is perfect. Thank you, Alex. Over the next few days, Alex designed a more interactive program. Instead of static holograms, it allowed Lyra to manipulate the DNA sequences, observe how traits were inherited, and even see potential variations. It was like a virtual sandbox for life creation, fully controlled and completely safe. Lyra was enthralled. She laughed when two strands of DNA intertwined incorrectly in the simulation, creating a figure with green hair and spots. Humans can look very different, yes. Amazing. Yes, Alex said, smiling. Genetics is unpredictable sometimes. That's why every human is unique. We're all combinations of our parents, but we're all different too. Lyra's fascination grew. She started asking questions about family structures, emotional bonds, and even adoption. So, not all humans raise children in the same way. No, Alex said. Some have one parent, some have two, some are raised by communities. What matters most is care, attention, and love. She hummed thoughtfully. I see love and care are the constants. Biology changes, but those remain. Fascinating. They worked together late into the alien night, the green sky outside now dotted with stars. Lyra was a quick learner, absorbing everything, asking insightful questions, and even relating it to her own species, methods of reproduction. You humans are very careful, she said finally, and creative. I admire that. It is not just survival, yes. It is art, Alex grinned. I'd never thought of it as art, but you're right. It is. Every life is unique and every family is its own story. Her eyes met his, full of wonder. Then, one day, could I see it fully, not in simulation but real? Alex shook his head gently. Not yet, Lyra. Humans are careful about this. You'll need to understand more about emotions, trust, responsibility, but don't worry. You're learning, and that's important. That's the first step. She nodded, accepting his words. But there was a spark in her eyes, curiosity mixed with excitement, a desire to learn more, to understand more deeply than most humans even dared. And she said softly, almost whispering, I think I will understand fully someday, and when I do, I hope we can explore it together. Alex didn't answer immediately. He knew she meant something far different than humans usually did. Her understanding was innocent, scientific, and emotional all at once. He realized that teaching her about humans was not just about biology. It was about connecting, sharing, and building trust across species. As the green sky turned darker, stars twinkling above the alien horizon, Alex felt a sense of pride. Lyra was learning, yes, but she was also seeing humans in a way few aliens ever had. And maybe, just maybe, she would teach him something too, about curiosity, wonder, and the remarkable things humans could do. Lyra curled up on a nearby observation chair, her eyes still glued to the holographic display. Tomorrow, we will continue, she asked, almost eagerly. Alex smiled. Tomorrow we'll go further, you'll learn everything safely. And who knows, maybe you'll teach me something too. Her skin shimmered with happiness. I will, and Alex, thank you, I feel excited, alive. Humans are wonderful, I understand why. He nodded, watching the alien girl who had become his student, companion, and friend. In her, he saw the wonder of life itself reflected back. She was learning, growing, and admiring humans, not for power or strength or conquest, but for curiosity, creativity, and care. And in that moment, Alex realized that teaching Lyra was more than a lesson in biology. It was a lesson in what made humans truly remarkable. The next morning, the alien sun rose slowly over the horizon, painting the sky in shades of gold and amber. Alex rubbed his eyes and stretched. The laboratory ship, suspended above the alien plains, felt different today, more alive. Lyra was already awake, floating near the observation window, her skin shimmering in soft green as she observed the morning wind sweep across the terrain. "Good morning, Alex," she said, her voice bright with excitement. "I slept thinking about the simulation. My mind, it keeps turning it over." Alex smiled. "Good morning, Lyra. I was hoping you'd be eager. Today we go a step further. We'll do a fully interactive lesson." Lyra's eyes sparkled. "Interactive, like yesterday." "Yes, but more detailed," Alex said, activating the projector. A three-dimensional model of a human body floated in the air. Surrounding it were smaller holograms of DNA strands, cells, and developing embryos. "Today, you'll not just watch. You'll manipulate the simulation. You'll see how traits pass from parents to child, and you'll understand how careful humans are about life." Lyra leaned forward, her fingers hovering over the holograms. "I am ready." Alex guided her through the first steps. The simulation allowed her to combine two sets of DNA. Each strand glowed with a different color, representing genetic material from a mother and father. "Watch carefully," Alex said. "This is where new life begins." When two DNA strands combine, they form a unique blueprint for a new human. It is never exactly the same as either parent. Lyra's fingers trembled slightly as she touched the holograms. It moves, alive in a way." "Yes," Alex said. "It's more than just science. This process is the beginning of life, the start of something remarkable. Humans are careful not just with their bodies but with their choices and responsibilities. Every child matters." Lyra tilted her head. "Responsibilities, humans care so much. Even before life begins, they think about it." "Fascinating," Alex nodded. "Exactly. That's why we have families, communities, and laws. We protect new life. We nurture it, we teach it. That's what makes humans human." The alien girl's eyes glimmered. "You are very proud of your species, yes?" "I am," Alex said, smiling. "We make mistakes sometimes, but we try. We're curious, creative, and caring, and that's what makes us remarkable." The lesson continued. Alex showed Lyra how genes could influence traits, hair color, eye color, even tendencies toward talents or health issues. The holographic child grew as the DNA combined, its features changing depending on the sequences Lyra chose. "Look," she exclaimed as the simulated child developed dark hair, bright eyes, and a slightly taller frame. "This is amazing. Each human completely different, yet connected." Alex nodded. "That's why humans value family. Even when children are different, they are loved. They are taught, guided, protected." Lyra studied the simulation quietly, her curiosity now deeper than ever. "And emotions," she said softly. "Love, care, responsibility, these are as important as the DNA itself." Alex smiled. "Exactly. Science alone can make life, but humans make it meaningful. That's the difference." She hummed, thinking. "In my species, reproduction is mechanical, very fast, very efficient, but it is not personal, not emotional. Humans are different, very remarkable." Alex felt a small surge of pride. Lyra's admiration wasn't flattery, it was genuine curiosity and respect. "Yes," he said softly, "humans are emotional. That's how we create more than just life. We create connection, community, understanding. Hours passed. The simulation became more complex. Alex introduced challenges. What happens when genetic traits conflict? How do humans deal with difficult pregnancies or diseases? How do parents and communities respond? Lyra asked questions, thoughtful and precise. So, humans plan ahead. Carefully, they do not leave things to chance. Rarely, Alex said. We plan, we protect, we support. Even mistakes are learning opportunities. That's part of being human. She considered this, tilting her head. My people, we do not plan much. Life happens quickly. Humans are patient and clever. Yes, Alex said. We observe, we think, we adapt. That's how we survive and thrive. That's why we can explore planets like this one and study species like yours. Her skin shimmered again, this time in a calm lavender. You are proud. I can see it, and I am proud too to learn from humans. I wish I could understand everything fully. Alex hesitated. He remembered her earlier words from part 1, the innocent suggestion that they try it together. He knew her intentions were innocent curiosity, but he also wanted to teach her boundaries. Lyra, you're learning very fast. That's wonderful. But there is still much to understand about emotions and trust. You cannot rush these things. She nodded slowly. I understand, yes, but can we try a controlled experiment, like yesterday but more advanced? Alex considered this. He wanted to nurture her curiosity while keeping everything safe. All right, he said finally. We can do that, but it will be completely virtual. No real bodies, no risks. Only simulation, only learning. Her eyes lit up. Yes, that is perfect. Thank you, Alex. He guided her through the advanced experiment. This time, the simulation allowed her to choose traits, combine DNA sequences, and even simulate environmental effects. Lyra was completely absorbed, manipulating the holographic strands with delicate precision. See, Alex said, pointing at a glowing strand, if this gene is combined, it affects health. Humans think ahead like this. We consider the well-being of future generations. Lyra's hands hovered above the holograms. So, humans are not just thinking about now. You think about what might happen years later. Every choice has meaning. Amazing. Exactly, Alex said. We care about outcomes, not just immediate gain. That's part of being human. That's what makes our species remarkable. She watched the holographic child develop in detail. And you said emotions matter too. The child is loved even before being born. Yes, Alex said softly. Love guides our decisions. Love makes life more than survival. It gives it meaning. Her skin glowed faintly, a mixture of curiosity and awe. Alex, humans are incredible. I did not know life could be so thoughtful, so beautiful. As the hours passed, Lyra asked more questions about families, parenting, and even human mistakes. Alex answered carefully, giving her insight into human nature. He explained how humans sometimes fail, how we recover, and how communities step in to support each other. She listened, fascinated. In my species, mistakes are permanent. There is no guidance, no support, only survival. Humans care, humans teach, humans grow. Alex smiled. Yes, that's why humans can do remarkable things. We explore, we create, we survive, and we help each other along the way. Lyra paused, then said softly, Alex, can we continue this tomorrow? I want to see everything. I want to understand humans fully. Not just biology, but everything. Yes, Alex said, feeling a warmth in his chest. Tomorrow we'll go further, you'll see more, and I promise it will be completely safe. You'll learn everything about life, love, and responsibility. She smiled, her eyes shining. Thank you. I feel excited. I feel alive. Alex watched her quietly for a moment. Teaching Lyra was more than education. It was connection. She wasn't just learning biology. She was learning what made humans unique. And in her fascination, Alex realized something else. Humans had a way of inspiring wonder even across species. And Lyra, he said gently, you're doing more than learning. You're seeing humans for who we truly are. That's special. Her skin shimmered this time in soft gold, a sign of happiness and excitement. I think I understand now. Humans are careful, humans are clever, humans are remarkable, and Alex, you are teaching me more than I could imagine. Alex chuckled softly. And you're teaching me too, in your way, how to see our world through fresh eyes, through curiosity and wonder. That's important too. Lyra nodded, settling into her observation chair. Tomorrow we continue, and then perhaps I will understand fully. Then maybe we can explore the process in a deeper, controlled way. Alex looked at her, a mix of pride and caution in his eyes. Yes, one step at a time, Lyra, one step at a time. As the alien sun set, casting shadows across the lab, both teacher and student felt the excitement of discovery. Lyra was learning, yes, but she was also seeing the beauty of human life, the care, the responsibility, the wonder that humans carried in every decision. And Alex realized that in teaching her, he had to see it all again through her eyes, appreciating humanity as if for the first time. And so, the night ended with quiet anticipation. Tomorrow, the lessons would continue. Tomorrow, Lyra would learn more. And perhaps, slowly, she would understand fully, not just the science of humans, but the heart of what made them truly remarkable. The next day, the alien sun rose slowly over the horizon, spilling light across the alien plains like a gentle golden river. Alex was already awake, reviewing the new simulation program he had built for Lyra. This version was the most advanced yet, an interactive, fully controlled virtual experiment that would let her explore human reproduction safely, with holograms and avatars. It was completely scientific, completely safe, but it was also deeply engaging. Lyra was already in the lab, hovering near the observation window, her skin a soft, excited turquoise. "Good morning, Alex," she said, her voice full of energy. "I could not sleep. I kept thinking, imagining what we will do today." Alex smiled. "Good morning, Lyra. Today we're going to take your learning to the next level. You'll explore human reproduction fully but safely. All virtual, all controlled, no real risks. Only knowledge and discovery." Her eyes sparkled. "Yes, I am ready. I will understand fully today." Alex activated the new simulation. The holographic lab expanded around them, filling the room with floating figures, glowing DNA strands, and virtual embryos. Lyra's eyes widened. It is huge. Like the universe itself. "Yes," Alex said. "This is our learning universe. Every strand, every cell, every gene, you can interact with it. See how humans combine traits, how life forms, how care and responsibility guide decisions. You will explore it all." Lyra's fingers danced through the air, touching floating DNA strands and watching them react. The holographic avatars of parents appeared, smiling and moving naturally, while a holographic child grew in the simulation, changing with every adjustment Lyra made. "Look," Alex said. "When two DNA strands combine, the child's traits appear. Eye color, hair, height, health tendencies, all controlled by genetics. But remember, humans are more than DNA. We also care, we also love." Lyra nodded. "Yes, I remember. Care and love, the invisible guide of life. I understand more than yesterday. Humans are remarkable." She began to experiment. Carefully, she combined different strands of DNA, creating a child in the simulation with unique traits. She laughed softly as she saw the child develop a slightly taller frame, darker hair, and bright eyes. "Every child different. Every choice matters." Alex smiled. "Exactly. Humans do not leave life to chance. We plan, we protect, we care. That's why families, communities, and parents matter so much. Every decision has consequences and we take them seriously." Lyra paused, looking at the holographic child. "Alex, I can see why humans survive. Your species clever, thoughtful, creative. Not just instinct, but choice, planning, care. You are proud of yourselves." "Yes," Alex nodded. "We are. We make mistakes sometimes, but we try, and that's what makes us strong." Her skin glimmered softly. In my species, mistakes are permanent. Survival depends on strength, not thought. Humans are different, and I admire that. I wish I could be human for a day to see it fully. Alex chuckled. You don't need to be human, you just need to understand. That's why we do simulations. You can see the process, explore decisions, and learn about life safely. And in learning, you begin to understand what makes humans unique. For hours, Lyra experimented with the simulation. She manipulated DNA sequences, explored environmental influences, and observed the virtual child grow. Alex guided her carefully, explaining each step, each decision, and each consequence. See here, Alex said, pointing to a virtual gene, this affects immunity. Humans plan for the future. We consider not only what life is now, but what life could be. Lyra's fingers hovered over the strand. Future, humans think so far ahead and carefully. Incredible, my species, we do not think so. We act quickly. Humans careful, humans wise. Yes, Alex said. That's why humans survive in harsh worlds, why we explore new planets, why we study species like yours. We observe, we plan, we adapt. Curiosity drives us. Care guides us. She hummed softly, watching the child in the simulation. And love, care, protection. These are as important as the DNA itself, Alex nodded. Exactly. Science can create life, but love and responsibility make life meaningful. That's what humans understand deeply. Her eyes glimmered. Alex, I think I see now. Humans are not just bodies, humans are minds. Humans are hearts, humans are remarkable. I wish I could learn everything fully. Alex paused, then said, You're learning more than most aliens ever see. Lyra, you're beginning to understand humans not just as a species, but as a way of living. That's rare, that's special. Her skin shimmered in soft gold. I think I understand fully today. I see the care, the planning, the thought, the love, the wonder. Humans are amazing. And Alex, you are teaching me more than I could imagine. Alex smiled warmly. And you're teaching me too. You're teaching me to see humans through fresh eyes, through curiosity, wonder, and amazement. That's important too. Lyra's expression grew serious. Alex, yesterday I asked, could we try it together? Today I understand fully the process, the science, the meaning. Could we do it in a deeper, controlled way? Alex nodded slowly. He had anticipated this moment. Yes, but only virtually, fully safe, no risk, all learning. Are you ready? Her eyes sparkled. Yes, I am ready. The final simulation began. Alex and Lyra now worked side by side, combining DNA strands, manipulating genes, and observing the growth of the holographic child. They experimented with traits, environments, and possibilities, exploring every aspect of life creation. See here, Alex said, if we combine these traits, the child is likely to have certain talents. Humans think ahead like this, planning not only for survival but for potential. Lyra's fingers hovered over the hologram. Potential, humans think so far. You create not only life but possibilities. Amazing. They laughed together as they experimented, the holographic child changing with every adjustment. Alex showed her how humans use trial and error safely, how communities guide and nurture, and how every choice, though small, can matter greatly. You humans are careful, clever, and gentle, Lyra said softly. I understand now. I admire this. Yes, Alex said. And that's why humans survive, thrive, and explore. We're not perfect, but we learn, we care, we adapt, we create meaning in everything we do. The simulation ended as the virtual child grew into a small, healthy holographic figure. Lyra reached out, her hand hovering over the glowing image. Alex, I understand fully. Humans' life, love, responsibility, care. I see it all now. Alex smiled, feeling a profound sense of pride. And you've learned safely, Lyra, that's what matters. Knowledge first. Understanding first. Life second, that's how humans approach it. She looked at him with glowing eyes. Alex, thank you. I feel like I have seen life itself through human eyes, and I am grateful. He nodded. and I'm grateful to share it with you. Teaching you has reminded me, humans truly are remarkable, not because we're strong or fast, but because we care, we think, and we wonder. That's what makes us unique. Her skin shimmered in a rainbow of colors: excitement, happiness, curiosity, and admiration. Alex, humans amazing. I wish I could share this with my people. They would marvel, Alex chuckled. Maybe one day, Lyra, but for now you understand. That's enough. And together we've explored the meaning of life safely, fully, and completely. As the alien sun set, casting long shadows across the laboratory ship, Lyra floated near the observation window, gazing at the horizon. Alex, I feel alive. I understand humans more than ever, and I admire you. Humans are truly remarkable. Alex smiled quietly. And you, Lyra, are remarkable too, not because of biology, but because of curiosity, wonder, a desire to learn and understand. That's what makes you special, and it's what makes humans proud of life. She looked at him, her eyes glowing softly. Tomorrow we will continue. There is always more to learn, yes, Alex laughed softly. Yes, there's always more, but today you've learned something very important. You understand humans in a way few ever do. That is enough for now. She nodded, her skin fading to a calm lavender. Enough for now. But I will continue, always learning. And as the alien night settled over the horizon, Alex watched Lyra quietly. He realized that teaching her had been more than a lesson in biology. It had been a lesson in wonder, curiosity, and what truly made humans exceptional. In her eyes, he saw the reflection of life itself: thoughtful, careful, imaginative, and endlessly curious. Humans, through her admiration, had become something even greater, remarkable not just to themselves, but to the universe. And with that, the day ended, leaving both teacher and student filled with awe, wonder, and the knowledge that life, safe, meaningful, and full of possibility, was truly remarkable.